Welcome back. Today's video is about creating a new Linden Lab avatar from the library. And we'll also do environmental settings for mood lighting. So you ready? Let's rock. The Linden Lab supplied avatars are stored in the library at the bottom of your inventory folder, but we can access them from the main menu. Click on Avatar, then scroll down to Choose an Avatar. We're going to grab Bitsy to show a female avatar. Look how we can still see Dylan's skin as it converts to Bitsy. So yes, you can mix and match clothing and accessories of all these off-the-shelf Linden Avies. Now also remember that these Avies come with the AOs, or the animation overriders, which you wear, but we use the custom one in the Firestorm viewer. Once you create an avatar from the library, they get stored in your inventory. What you want to do in the beginning is save them as an outfit. To have quick access to them, let's click on the inventory, then find the clothing folder. Here are Dylan and the new Bitsy. We're going to save Bitsy, so we're going to do a save as, and then we're going to do Bitsy start. Now I need to show you something, so I'm jumping back to Dylan quickly, and I want to show you what happens if you grab Bitsy from the library again, instead of from your outfits. We're back as Dylan. Now let's repeat the process again, and switch back to Bitsy. Go to Avatar, go down to Choose an Avi, and we'll click on Bitsy. Let's look back into the inventory folder and check the clothing folder. As you'll notice, we created another folder for Bitsy. We really don't need it, and it's just taking up space. So we're going to go back to Dylan and delete the new Bitsy folder, as we can't delete it while wearing anything in that folder. If you're following my tutorials, you can now follow them as a female avatar or a male. I'm going to stick with Milton for now. Let's go back to the pub and work on environments. I'm going to click on the shortcut at the top of the viewer. Back here at Ben's Pub, I'm getting the option to listen to the music that is set for the parcel. And now, because I come here so often, I'm going to click on Always Allow, which makes things run a little smoother and faster on my next visit. Let's go outside so we can see how changing our environments really makes a difference. While you can leave your settings for your environments at the default, and it'll switch to whatever the parcel or sim is set to, I think it's better to have more control in the beginning, as your graphics card might not be up to the challenge of their settings and can ruin your perception of the parcel of the sim. First, open up your inventory and look for Settings. Then let's go back over to the Environment button we added when we set the viewer up originally. Now we go from Library to Environments to Skies. We expand it and look for Analu Neutral. We want to copy it and paste it into our Settings folder in our inventory. Once we have at least one lighting preference saved in our Environments folder, it's easy to copy and paste in more into it. Now let's sample what Analu Neutral looks like. We're going to right click on it, then scroll down to Apply Only to Myself. We are not changing it for the land, but only how we will see it. Let's grab Digital Legacy Clean, which is my favorite setting, the one I leave on most of the time. Once we find it, we will copy and paste it into the Settings folder, which we now have access to in our Environment setting tab. Again, once we save it here, we can also see it in our regular main inventory folder under Settings. Let's right-click it, scroll down to Apply to Only Myself, and see how it looks. Another one I like is Incongruent Truths. We'll copy, paste, right-click it, then Apply Only to Myself, and see how it looks. I think this one sets a nice mood for the parcel. You can sample the different skies without putting them in your settings folder. What you want to do is scroll through them and then right-click and Apply Only to Myself. If you don't like it, move on to the next. If you like it, then you can copy, paste it, and save it to Settings. Now that you have control over your environments, you can tweak the quality of the resolution and distance. And as I said before, the higher the resolution and the greater the distance you set, the frame rates are going to drop along with the performance. As everyone will have different computer specs, set everything that works best for you. With the increased resolution, Milton's jacket looks a bit more realistic, as do the lighting effects from the sun and the fire. Gives it a little bit more realism. You see the building to Milton's right? Parts of it are missing. With our distance set to 128, it's in that weird zone of being in and out of our draw distance. If we move the distance slider, it gets drawn along with other objects that are further away. We have a double whammy here for performance, higher graphics setting along with greater distance. Again, set things to what works best for your system. I put the graphics quality setting back to mid, and by dropping the draw distance to 96, it cleans things up a bit, and I don't feel the extra resolution is worth the hit on the performance. So I can actually pick up a slight performance gain here by lowering the draw distance and making things look a bit neater. Now, before I forget again, there is a help manual. It may already be on your lower button bar like this one, or you may have to add it. If you're familiar with everything, you can delete the button and get the space back. Right-click it, then click on Remove this button. If you decide you want it back, or you want it on the left side of the viewer, you can add it back the same way we added the buttons at the beginning. And this concludes this video. The next video, we're going to find a place to call home. We'll see you there.